state your name?
Aiden Halligan.
And you're a producer for the show, right?
I am.
So what's it like being a producer for the V?
It's pretty great. I get to work with everybody, see what creative interests they bring to the show and what kind of stories they can get me.
This is disgusting. It's all about racism.
No! Sports, guys! Do you have any packages to do today?
Are you even in this class?
It's a witch hunt. What? I don't care.
Get out. He's an American hero.
Put the Ken Bone on.
State your name?
Jake Blumenstick.
Jake, how do you think that the sports team has been doing so far?
I mean, they've been doing really well. I mean, things kind of went off without a hitch. You know, there's a couple hiccups here and there. They say that I'm a lenient guy, but you know,
Damn it. Caught it.
I always know what they're doing. Get this out of here.
I'm just gonna try.
Too high, Shane.
What is this?
Flip game.
Bottle flip game?
Yeah.
You just flip?
Yeah.
Can I try?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Sure. Here, take
I don't know. Can you guys like hype me up? I don't know.
it. You got it.
What are you doing?
Bro,
What are you doing?
What?
Where'd you get this weight?
And apart from being a producer, you work for community news?
I do. We have a great team. We really know what's going on in Wayne. We really are efficient with what we do.
Go!
What's it like working with the anchors?
Great. You know, some anchors better than the others. Some anchors look awkward, but I mean, our anchors are pretty fantastic all around. You know, I can't complain about a single one of them.
Take a bath next time for you. You come in.
Okay, you know, I can take a bath or a shower, but you can't erase the ugly off.
I'm
You know
handsome.
what?
I'm
No,
handsome.
stop biting your cheek on camera. How about that?
Could you state your name?
Shane Dubitz.
Shane, how do you think that you and Shayna have been getting along as anchors?
I think we get along well, you know, person to person. She's a great person, so nice. But on set, I can't do it with her.
I think we get along okay. You know, he's annoying all the time.
She smells rancid. Rancid would be the word I would use. If you notice in the last show we did, I was moving my head a lot of cheek biting. I had to find out a way to just block it out. So I was biting my cheek, moving my head, and doing anything possible just to get it out of my mind that this odor is this close to me, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. But here's the financial.
Come on, Shane.
How about you take a bath with a toaster?
Would you say that you and Mike are a good team as producers?
No. We're a great team. Mike, I have the scripts that Randall wanted. What are you doing?
I'm relaxing.
What's the process like for making school news?
School news is great. We ask around the school, see what stories people want to hear about, what they want to know more about. There's a lot of patience involved with it, you know, because it's not exactly a one and done thing. You gotta watch these stories develop.
The theme for Video Yearbook has to be memes. There's really nothing else it could be.
No, it could be chill. Hear me out. 2 years ago, it was Netflix. We're gonna be the chill part of that.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's actually pretty smart. It's kind of clever. Better than memes. What the hell?
Memes are amazing.
Memes are stupid.
Could you state your name?
Zach Carlasio.
So Zach, how do you feel that you get along with Ravi for Video Yearbook?
On the outside of TV, we get along very well. I mean, but for the most part, when he's working,
He's kind of annoying sometimes, but I like to put him in his place, you know?
he's not the most productive worker.
He just constantly nags about Video Yearbook, and, you know, I'm just like, just relax, man, but he just doesn't understand that.
You know, I feel like he really brings something amazing to the table. Like, I really enjoy his company.
Zach, you're really ugly. You think that threatens me? I see Joe right there.
What's it like working with the great John Randall?
Couldn't do the show without him, if I'll be quite honest with you. You know, he's kind of the cornerstone that holds us all together.
Randall, I have those scripts that you wanted.
You too.
I'm done with this.
So if you had to say one thing to your class for the V upcoming, what would it be?
get your work done.
Quiet!
Guys, I finished the V.
You're watching V, the best of the valley.
Well, even though that might be a bit dramatic, sometimes making the V can be hectic.
For the record, I don't smell.
Yeah, okay, Shayna.
Anyways, welcome to the V. We have a really great show for you guys today.
Ryan Donahue goes into detail about the bitter rivalry between Dub V and the 12th Patriot.
Also, our community is changing for the better with the help of the local Keystone Club. Aiden Halligan will tell us more later.
And of course, school, community, and sports news.
In addition, Casey Gorab and Tyra Murphy bring us a live performance sure to warm your heart with the song War is Over.
And we find out what Wayne Valley is really scared of with men on the street. But first, many things are changing throughout Wayne Valley, including its staff. We have a new set of teachers throughout our classrooms, and Mike Hassler will introduce you to them.
The beginning of each school year brings an assortment of new students, but there are more than just students this year, as the teachers are welcoming a few faces to their own team.
I am Ms. Franco. I teach fabrication technology, graphic design, and woodworking.
I'm Mr. Carson. I teach chemistry and environmental science here at Wayne Valley.
These teachers come from all walks of life and all have their own inspirations for wanting to become a leader in the classroom.
After I graduated college, I started working for a children's jewelry company as a product designer, and I love the design aspect of it, but I hated the business side of it. I've always been teaching, I've always been tutoring or helping others, so I knew that was my passion and that's where I wanted to go into. So I decided to go back to school and get all my certifications that I needed in order to become a teacher.
I felt like my ability to articulate the sciences and to understand the sciences and pass it on, that was a much better use of my skills than doing 300, 400 samples of controlled substances a day in people and not knowing what the results are because that was somebody else's job to look at.
Some of the new teachers feel that the departments are well structured and are simply trying to fit in.
We have a very good department. We have very good chemistry teachers. So I think more so than anything else, I want to fit in with the great culture that this department has rather than trying to reinvent the wheel.
While other teachers are finding it easy to fit in, Ms. Franco has her own agenda as her program is being completely redesigned.
Yes, it was very challenging. It's still challenging right now, especially since we're in transition mode from only wood technology to fabrication technology. So we're not only working with wood, but now we're working with plastics and foam and metals, and we're gearing it more towards product design.
While they were able to adapt to designing their own course for the first time, they were also able to rely on the help of fellow teachers and supervisors to help make it all possible.
The chemistry department here is really very good. Mrs. Maturano especially, she is my mentor for this year. She is amazing. Mr. Fleischer, Mr. Villa, Ms. Wills, and Dr. Kara have all been great and very helpful for me for planning my courses this year. I'm very happy to be in this department here at Wayne Valley.
Everyone here has been wonderful. If I have any questions, I could ask anyone. I know they'll be right there to help me.
Even though this is their first experience teaching in Wayne Valley, each of these teachers hopes that as their students leave the classroom, they will walk out with all the necessary skills to succeed in life.
I want them to solve problems, to think, find solutions, and become better problem solvers.
I want my students to have a better understanding of different algebra and math, because chemistry is a very math-based science, and we do a lot of algebra here. And I want them to have a better understanding about the world around them and what it's made of.
Being a teacher for the first time was not an easy task because these teachers had to make the transition from working in their respective fields to leading a classroom.
I was actually, for a year, I was a toxicologist. I actually did have to wake up earlier than coming here, which is something kind of weird to say because we think, oh, we have to get here by 7:20 in the morning for our first period class. It's way too early. I used to have a job where I had to get there earlier. The biggest difference is just the interaction with so many more people and how we can see what's going on in the process. In my old job, we'd never interact with the customers. People that were doing the tests usually wouldn't see the same results that were coming out of it. Whereas here, we do things behind the scenes. We do our lesson plans, we create those behind the scenes, but then we get to see them come to fruition. We get to see students learning. We get to know the results of what happens when we do this. So it's a lot more complete. There's a lot more to get out of it than my old job was.
It has been completely different. It has been challenging, but very exciting at the same time. It's completely different. My students are different. The demographics, the culture here is different, and I've loved everything.
These teachers are definitely going to mix it up at Valley.
Hopefully this new Woods teacher can come through and make us some anchors desks.
The new changes at Valley never seem to end.
Especially what happened to the fishbowl.
What happened to the fishbowl?
You didn't hear?
No.
Then listen up. Here's Ryan and Colleen with the rest of school news with the story.
Alarming caution tape has covered the doors leading outside in the sophomore square, causing everyone to wonder, what's going on? Although it may seem intimidating, there's no reason to worry. The tape is only being used to block the entry to the new boiler being installed. This boiler is underneath the inner courtyard, so in order to install it, workers had to create an opening underground. Because there is a deep drop and steep staircase, it has been blocked off, keeping the students and faculty of Wayne Valley safe.
Speaking of the students and faculty, the Dream Team dominated the court on Monday, November 14th. Mr. Hoover led the teachers to a 49-18 win, crushing their students in the annual student-faculty game. The game was run by the Student Council in order to raise money for other events going on during the school year, like the talent show held in February or March. There was a halftime game held also, where students attempted a half-court shot. Senior Noah Couts won the game, awarding him a $15 gift card to Chipotle. Will the teachers win next year, or will the students make a comeback?
Walking past the fishbowl, you may have noticed the new layout of the room. Zach Garlascio tells us about the new changes that are to come to Wayne Valley's weight rooms.
Wayne Valley's weight room has been available for students, teachers, physical education, and sports. However, new weight rooms are in the process of being created in 2 different locations. The weight room has undergone many changes that you may have noticed.
Okay, so the fishbowl has become the new weight room. So we put down brand new flooring. We moved the old weight room equipment into the fishbowl, and it just gives us more space, and it just works out better for all of our programs with physical education and also with athletics. With the old weight room, we put down brand new mats that are now being used for phys ed for self-defense and are used after school for the wrestling team. So I think it's a great decision. I think once the pit is finished, so we're going to have all the machines set up down in the pit, that gives us 3 great areas for phys ed and for athletics.
With these new rooms already being put to use, it will be beneficial to all programs.
It makes more sense for our athletics and for also physical education. So we get more people involved with the activities, more space for self-defense and wrestling, and a better area for the weight room.
You know, I think it's going to be a very good change. I think right now we're just sort of in that transition, trying to figure a couple of things out.
It's a great way to utilize the building. It's awesome. I can't find one negative about it.
Along with a new purpose to the old weight room, Wayne Valley will also bring a new program to physical education, yoga and Pilates.
That's what we're working on for to update our activity curriculum with physical education. We do use Pilates and yoga, you know, in and out, but we'll have a full course next year.
New weight rooms aren't the only changes that are to come to Wayne Valley's athletic programs.
Next step, bleachers. I'd really like to see us upgrade our bleachers for the stadium. You know, that's a big step. So we're in the process of looking into that now.
It's a season for giving, and Valley gave a lot. The annual food drive took place from November 1st through the 18th. The need this year was high, and Wayne Valley delivered. There were enough generous donations to fill 60 to 70 boxes with canned food and toiletries. The boxes helped feed over 20 grateful families from Wayne during the holiday season. The nurses are very thankful and could not have done it without the help from the NHS, peer leaders, PTO, SRO, teachers, and students. Although the food was distributed before the holidays, donations are accepted and encouraged. You could drop off food in the nurse's office and continue to help those in need year-round. In addition to the food drive, the NHS and peer leaders led a coat drive from December 1st to December 16th. They accepted gently used or new coats, hats, scarves, and gloves. The items were donated to veterans around Wayne for the upcoming winter.
The Student Dance Association, or the Civil War of Wayne Valley. Whatever you choose to call it, it's finally around the corner. Let's hear more from Shayna Meyer about the beginning of the season.
One of the best high school experiences, SCA, is just around the corner. The Civil War of Wayne Valley has begun. The blue and white teams held a meet and greet for underclassmen interested in joining the club. Captains from both sides made posters and offered treats. The overalls from both teams attended and told us about their excitement for the new season.
I love being a leader of things. I love SCA. I've wanted to be overall since freshman year on blue, so it kind of worked out. But I love the whole experience. I love teaching girls. I love helping them. I love being creative and having that friendly competition.
I mean, as a little girl, I've always watched SCA, and my babysitters were always on the blue team, so it was but so I've always wanted to be that head, you know, in charge of the whole dance, having all those group of girls behind me, everyone just as a whole, you know.
Do you have any advice for upcoming freshmen?
Just to join, try it out, and it's a lot of fun, so it's worth it.
You need to take SCA very seriously, even though people think it's a joke. Captains and everybody knows SCA has a reputation of people being crazy.
Everyone ends up enjoying it in the end, so it's worth it.
And I know the blue team, we're all a family, we're all close, and if one girl decides to not take it seriously, then it affects the entire team.
Honestly, if you have the time to do all four, do all four, because it's really fun.
Sign-ups start in January on Community Pass. Which team will end up on top? That's up to you.
Wayne Valley's fall production, Dead Man Walking, brought shock to all who watched. The story of a nun assisting a death row inmate shows the emotional and spiritual changes that both go through, silencing the crowd the weekend of the 17th, 18th, and 19th of November. The cast took the heavy topics of religion and the death penalty maturely. Making his debut on the Wayne Valley stage was senior Jason Rodriguez as convict Matthew Poncelet. His counterpart was junior Haley Budnick as sister Helen Prejun. The cast had said that the play was an emotionally draining process, but wouldn't have it any other way. Now with the play over, cast members are making preparations for the spring musical, Into the Woods.
Now you're up to date on what's going on at Valley.
Back to you guys.
Awesome work, guys. So Shane, how about that MetLife game?
We played a great game. I wouldn't change anything about how we played.
Yeah, and most of all, despite the controversy, we held our heads high, and I really believe that Wayne Valley showed their true character.
The bleachers were filled with fans.
It was the first time Valley played in MetLife since 2007, and the game was an exciting event for the whole community. Coming up shortly, John and Danielle with Community News will talk about the game and what it means to our town.
Also, you're not going to want to miss Casey Gorob and Tyra Murphy singing War is Over. Stay tuned.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow's glistening.
Mr. Grinch.
Welcome back, everyone.
Wayne has been divided recently on a very important subject.
The question is, should there be full-day kindergarten?
Or should it stay as a half day?
John and Danielle with Community News will tell us all about the referendum and more right now.
I'm ready for war. Coming to town and I'm high on the rise in the city of gold. Fighting the town.
Controversy has arisen in Wayne this past month. Wayne Hills High School, who was seeded #1 in the state football tournament, was disqualified because they fielded 3 ineligible players all season. The Hayek brothers, 3 of Wayne Hills' top players, had allegedly not given the district a bona fide change of address from their home in Woodland Park. Superintendent Mark Toback said in a statement, "I share the heartbreak this will cause our students, families, and the Wayne Hills community. But the parents weren't going to let this happen without putting up a fight." Hill students wore black clothing and sat in the hallways of their school in protest. Parents were then gathered to a closed meeting to discuss the situation. Finally, they came to a decision. The district players and parents appealed to the State Department of Education, and a stay was placed on the brothers' suspensions. The State Department of Education ordered a stay on the ban and the suspensions and ordered the NJSIAA to hold the hearing so the players could present their evidence. On Tuesday, November 15th, the final decision was made. Wayne Hills was placed back into the tournament to play Roxbury.
Looking for a new pizza place? How about one where the pizza has a little extra crisp? This month, I'll take you to my favorite food spot on this month's edition of Eatery of the Month. Down Route 23 and less than 10 minutes away from Valley is the location of one of Wayne's best pizza spots. Anthony's coal-fired pizza uses an 800-degree oven that gives their pizzas a well-done flavor. Their menu also includes coal oven roasted chicken wings, homemade meatballs, and the eggplant Marino, named after restaurant partner and NFL Hall of Fame legend Dan Marino. Next time you're looking for a place to grab a pizza with some extra crisp to it, give Anthony's coal-fired pizza a chance.
Gallery LLC, a development agency, is currently under some controversy involving Route 23. Gallery has proposed to build a residential apartment building in the vacant lot on Route 23 South. This building is planned to contain a restaurant, bedroom units, retail space, and parking garage. However, many local residents are concerned with the many problems it entails for the rest of Wayne. Several township engineers believe that it will cause flooding and negatively impact traffic. Many other citizens and business owners have voiced their concerns and feel it will do more harm than good. Stuart Lieberman of Lieberman and Bletcher believes it crosses the property line as well as cause disturbance for the residents living inside due to the road noise. Ultimately, the decision lies with the tax-paying voters.
Full-day kindergarten has recently caused a rift between the taxpayers and Wayne. Here is Jake Citrullo with the story.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Over the past year, Wayne has been divided with the recent vote on full-day kindergarten. Some people around Wayne think full-day kindergarten will benefit the community.
I voted for allowing full-day kindergarten in Wayne. My thinking was that when we sell our homes here, we're going to be selling them to young families with young children. And if we don't have full-day kindergarten, they might prefer to buy elsewhere in a town where they do.
However, the majority of Wayne believes full-day kindergarten will do more harm than good.
Not really for all this full-day kindergarten stuff, right? I just think that having the child in the confines of a school sort of setting the entire day, you know, especially at that age, I think that it's very restrictive to the growth of the child.
Ultimately, on November 9th, the residents of Wayne decided to vote against full-day kindergarten.
The distance from Florida to New Jersey is about 1,235 miles. Yet this distance is no match for Bill Gerstein's Maltese Pomeranian mix. On December 13, 2013, Bill Gerstein, a man living in Delray Beach, Florida, let his dog, Bella, outside at work when suddenly she was nowhere to be found. Bill spent all night looking for this dog, but nothing came up. Almost 3 years later, Bill received a call from an animal shelter in Paterson, New Jersey, telling him that they found his dog in the streets. Although it remains unknown how she ended up in New Jersey, Bill and Bella finally reunited on November 28, 2016.
That's it for Community News.
Back to you guys.
Oh man, I could really go for some of that pizza right now.
Me too. So Shane, the holidays are coming up. What gifts do you want?
Well, ideally, money, 21 bath bombs, 9 sporks, definitely some of that pizza. How about you, Shayna?
I don't want anything. I'm happy with what I have. Other students tell us what they want for Christmas with Men on the Street.
What do you want for Christmas?
Not really know.
Clothes and makeup.
My 2 front teeth.
I already have it. My health and my kids.
I want a new phone because my phone's broken and doesn't work at all.
Donuts.
Love and affection and a lot of games.
Probably to be a little bit more handsome. That's physically impossible, dude.
I want to find meaning in my life. Anything at all.
One of the new computer. Birds.
Maybe a new hockey stick.
A girlfriend.
A boyfriend.
Beats pill, a new vest, and like gift cards and stuff.
A dog. A dog.
I want a ping pong table.
A North Face jacket.
I want a wifey.
I want a quality day with Roger Cutler's.
Oh, you don't know what I want for Christmas.
Nice work, guys.
Looking for a way to give back to the community, meet some new people, and expose yourself to new opportunities? If you are, look no further than the Keystone Club of Wayne at the Boys and Girls Club. Here's Aiden Halligan with more on what Keystone is and does.
For many years, the Keystone Club of Wayne, New Jersey has provided the families in Wayne and its surrounding towns with community service. The Keystone Club is known for being present at events such as the Keystone National Leadership Conferences, the Youth Olympics, the Wayne Township Easter Egg Hunt, as well as for hosting multiple food drives, the Giving Tree Dinner, and Breakfast with Santa. Keystone's most popular event is called Parents' Night Out. For a small fee, parents are able to drop their kids off on a Friday night once a month and have a night to themselves. Keystone members then separate the children into groups and then play games, monitor, and bond with them for a couple of hours until their parents pick them up. Along with providing service to the families in our surrounding towns, the Keystone Club of Wayne, New Jersey also provides high school students the opportunity to volunteer their time, make new friends, and take part in experiences that may positively impact their lives.
It's let me kind of branch out, meet new people, and experience things that I never would have thought to be as fun as they were.
It's a really good chance to meet other people and really communicate with little kids, and maybe when you're a parent when you're older.
So there's a lot of people out there that are actually in need, and it just feels great to help them.
One of the things that makes Keystone so much fun is the enthusiasm and personalities of the two Keystone heads, Dan Dipsey and Kevin Rebner.
Just a family, younger brothers and just sisters, just the group that comes together to try to do good things.
It made me strong, confident. It made me feel like I could do anything as long as I have the support of people who care about me.
Along with the two heads of Keystone, there are roles such as president and vice president to be filled by the members of the club, allowing for experience with managing a team and planning events.
I started Keystone as a freshman, and throughout the years now as a senior, I've definitely grown as a leader.
Keystone has given me a chance to really reach out to the community and work with people that I never thought I'd be working with. It's given me and my friends a great sense of involvement and importance in our communities. The Keystone Club has been able to provide families with service for many years and looks forward to continuing its services for years to come. Since the seniors will be leaving after this school year, the Keystone Club needs new members so it will be able to continue providing for the community.
A teenager should join Keystone to help expand their horizons, meet new people.
Everyone here is awesome. We're all super involved here at the Boys and Girls Club and around town, but we're also really fun.
It's a wonderful way to experience something new. If you are interested in joining, visit the Wayne Boys and Girls Club for more information.
Keystone on 3. 1, 2, 3, Keystone!
Bunch of Santa, kill it!
I'm glad to see that the people of Wayne have taken the initiative to make our community a better place.
Community service. Good stuff.
When we come back, sports news with Alex and Jake filling in for Rob will take us through the ups and downs of being a student athlete, and we'll put a wrap on all the sports and look forward to the winter season.
Also, the rivalry between the 12th Patriot and Dub V has reached an all-time high, and Ryan Donahue has the story.
And a live performance by TV's very own Casey Gorab and Tara Murphy. Stay tuned.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bells swing.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Welcome back, guys.
Dub V, the fearless cheering section for all of Valley sports, and their rival, the 12th Patriot, have always competed. Here's Ryan Donahue on his feature about Wayne Valley and Wayne Hills student section's bitter rivalry.
Wayne Valley High School, the school that holds one of the largest student sections in northern New Jersey, and Wayne Hills Regional High School, one of the loudest and most consistent student sections in the area. These two schools have constant battles over which student section is better, but which one is truly superior. What is the importance of the Valley Hills game compared to any other game this season?
Well, in any other game, it would just be one high school versus another high school.
I think the fact that it's in MetLife is pretty big. This game is very important because it's town rivals, and with town rivals, there's a lot of things going on.
We're all friends with each other, so it's more competitive, and since we're so close.
It brings the Valley side together as a whole.
Well, we grew up playing with them, so it's a rivalry against each other, pretty much.
I would say that Wayne Valley and Wayne Hills have a lot of kids that grew up together, and we all know each other. We're all from the same town.
Well, it's always been a big rival game, so since we're going to MetLife this year, it's going to be big, so obviously we want to see who's going to win. Yeah, same thing.
It's a rivalry game, so it's the toughest game of the year.
We have Valley and Hills, which is kind of like Cain and Abel, two brothers. And they're going to fight and one's going to die. It's about who wants it more, and we want it more.
It's Wayne versus Wayne. It's about bragging rights, and we want to have bragging rights over Wayne Hills.
After an outstanding season for the football team, Dub V was ecstatic to be going to MetLife Stadium for the first time since 2007, where they had played their crosstown rivals, Wayne Hills. Wayne Hills, who has a fairly energetic student section, has been very active this year, as the two schools always are when it comes to athletics. I talked to a few of Wayne Valley student section leaders, who are also known as generals, and asked them about their thoughts on their journey to MetLife Stadium against Wayne Hills Regional. How does it feel being the first generals to go to MetLife Stadium in the past 10 years?
It's great. It's a big game. We got to be loud and make sure we're rowdy.
It's really exciting. Can't wait. It's be something new.
It's going to be a great feeling. Everything's going to be bigger, louder. It's going to be a much better game.
The season had almost come to an end for Wayne Hills High School due to having 3 illegal students from a different town. This forced Wayne Hills to be disqualified from the playoffs, but the decision was overruled. This caused a tremendous outbreak from both students and parents, which had only made the students even more eager to play their rivals. And the fact that the game would be played in the same stadium as some of the NFL's greatest football players was an even bigger reason to win the game. All of these students believe in their team when it comes to game day, but they also know that in the end, they put aside their differences and focus on their love for the game.
Nice story, Ryan. W will always have a special place in my heart.
I have to agree with you. There's something so amazing about the Dub V that not even the 12th Patriot could come close to. We get bigger and bigger every year. I think some of the other schools are scared of Dub V.
Are you scared of W, Shane?
Heck no. I'm not scared of anything.
No way.
Maybe one thing. Peanut butter.
What? Why?
It's crunchy, it's smooth. Who knows? It just creeps me out.
That's so random.
Listen, students of Wayne Valley have way more random fears. Check it out.
What is your biggest fear?
Gorillas.
My greatest fear is heights, and especially when I'm walking up steps and they're open and I feel like I'm going to fall right through it.
The day that this country gets overrun by socialists and we lose our rights.
Biggest fear. Have you ever been buried alive, Stromar?
I guess forgetting to pull my e-brake so my car doesn't roll and hit another car. Or maybe a cop car, I don't know.
Well, let me tell you something about it. You're buried in the ground. The dirt's in your nose, and your mouth, and your eyes. You can't see a thing.
Birds.
Yeah, goats. Yeah, goats. And like...
Oh my goodness, that I'm gonna wake up one day and I'm gonna be a marshmallow man.
Screaming in agony.
Help me, Lord.
Heights.
Talking on camera.
Birds.
Fearless. It slowly goes down your throat and into your lungs, the dirt, making your life brutal. Brutal.
Somebody kidnapping my baby.
Sharks. I I just hate them.
Anything happening to my wife or children.
Probably clowns.
Ooh. I guess not to reach success.
Help me, Lord!
There really are some weird fears out there.
I think it's safe to say that you have the weirdest. With the fall sports season coming to an end, Alex and Jake filling in for Rob, looking back on some of your favorite plays.
V Sports, it's in the game. Welcome again, everyone. We've got some great things planned for you on this edition of V Sports.
That's right, Alex. And before we get started, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Where is the best football in New Jersey played?
I think...
I'll tell you. It's right here in Wayne.
Wayne?
Yes, Wayne. We had all 4 high schools play at MetLife Stadium in the football state championships.
That's right. It was really a great experience being at MetLife Stadium. To think we got to play on the same field as so many greats is unbelievable.
Yes, it is. And now, let's jump right in. The girls' volleyball team had a very successful season, making it to the county finals and to the semifinals in the state tournament, finishing 24-6 with juniors Gina Ziegler and Lauren DeVoe getting all-county honors and senior Jess Katz getting second-team all-county honors. They hope to continue their success next season.
The boys' soccer team had a disappointing end to the season. Though they advanced in states, beating Sparta 3-1, they unfortunately lost to Pascack Valley on the road 4-0. A few bright spots for the team include 2 of their senior captains, Gennaro Vittorioso and Brandon Visiri, earning first-team All-County honors and second-team All-State. Though they didn't have the ending they hoped for, the team has a bright future with the young talent.
The Indians had an outstanding season as they made it all the way to MetLife Stadium in the North 1 Group 4 state championship. They defeated Morris Knolls 32-14 in quarterfinals and proceeded to play Randolph in the semifinals and beat them 43-24. The Indians fell short in overtime and lost the championship to Wayne Hills 31-24. Congratulations to both schools on a phenomenal season, and thanks to the Wayne Valley football team for a roller coaster of a season, taking us farther than any football team has in recent years.
The boys basketball team hopes to start off as good as they were last year, as they made it to the county finals but suffered a tough loss to Eastside. Senior Robert Bambaco says, "We had a great season last year and we hope and feel we can go even further this year." The boys basketball team lost the majority of their seniors graduating. The new seniors feel they will have a great year with the help of the young talent.
Both the boys and girls bowling team look to get off to a rolling start this season. Leading the boys team will be captains George Bellotti and Nick Lepre, and for the girls is Captain Claudine Rosca. With a strong graduating class last year, the girls' new secret weapon is freshman and rising star Marissa Constantini, and the boys will lean on their senior leadership. Captain Claudine Rosca says, "We all have been bowling for years now, and know what is expected from us as players not only on the lane, but in terms of attitude as well." The boys got off to an 0-1 start, and the girls started off 1-0.
The girls fencing team hopes to have another great season, led by captains Danielle Reese, Zoe Cronin, Simone Ferguson, and Alyssa Toy. Finishing with a 9-4 record last year, the two-time county champions hope to have another great season. Senior captain Danielle Reese says, "I think we'll have another great season. We have a lot of girls and have not lost a lot. With a combination of their experience and leadership, it should all come together for another successful season."
After a tough season last year and with the graduation of some key seniors, the girls basketball team is on pace to have a great year. After losses in the first round of both the county and the state tournaments, a run to the finals is surely due soon. With seniors Bridget Doyle, Caitlin Cook, Imani Thompson, and Alexa Simonetti leading the charge, the Indians are trying to capture their first county title since 1979.
What does the model student athlete look like to you? Here's the V Sports team with the story.
Jordan is the definition of a student athlete. He maintains a 3.9 grade point average through 3 AP classes and is a two-sport all-county athlete.
Well, that's exactly it. You know, he is the epitome of a student athlete. He's gotten the job done, not only on the field at a high level, but certainly in the classroom at a high level.
Rams hit, but Jordan Montero with his second touchdown of the quarter.
He also takes his talent and hard work to the spring track team, where he is one of the best javelin throwers at the school.
I'm really proud to be his coach. He's done an outstanding job. Throughout the 3 years I coached him. On the field this season, he was a all-county player for us, and really was just outstanding in every phase of the game: offense, defense, special teams.
He's a natural leader. He always knows what the right thing to do is. If you never know what's going on, you can always look to Jordan for inspiration.
That leadership on the field doesn't stop there. He takes it into the classroom, and that is clearly shown.
88 is an exceptional student. You give him instructions verbally, and he's on task. I don't have to baby him, but he's not afraid to ask questions. He's an exceptional individual. I expect great things from him. I can't wait to see him 10 years from now. I'm definitely a big fan of number 88.
After a strong season last year, the Wayne Valley wrestling team looks to build on it with many returning starters. Captains Connor Murphy, Jacob Turecki, Dean Zindaki, and Nick Pellegrino will be leading the way for the Indians. With practices and lifts in full swing, the Indians are getting prepared for their first opponent, Lakeland, on December 21st. Senior Captain Connor Murphy says, "The talent runs deep in our team this year with a lot of returning starters, making us big contenders to win a state championship this year."
With the ski season starting on January 10th, the Indians look to pick up where they left off last season. Only this time they look to have enough racers to qualify as an actual team. After a season with 4 skiers racing in the Race of Champions, the Indians are eager to hit the slopes once again, preparing for the upcoming season. The team is working hard during their dryland practices and weightlifting sessions during the week. When asked about the season ahead of him, Senior Captain Andrew Height says, "As a team, I look forward to making a pretty good run at states. Personally, I look forward to trying to make regionals. When competing against 6 other schools at their first race, we look to see Height and the other Indians come home with a win."
The boys and girls swim team have both had good starts to the season. Both teams getting a big win against crosstown rival Wayne Hills, with the girls winning 103-69 and the boys winning 100-70. Senior captain Zach Valenzuela says, "We have a very strong team this year with all different grades contributing. Our goal is to hold up that plaque at counties this year." Both teams have a tough schedule coming up, including top-ranked Bergen Catholic for the guys and IHA for the girls. They hope to continue their momentum in the water.
Instead of staying indoors during the winter track team is back, and the Indians are looking to improve over last year's performance. Senior Davey Bambaco says, "We're coming off a strong season, but we lost some talented seniors on both the boys and girls team. but we feel we have people who can step up and contribute right away, along with the key returning runners. Standout sophomore Shaheem Maple will look to continue his dominance after finishing third in the 200-meter race in the Meet of Champions last year. What will unfold for the winter track team this year? Only time will tell.
Wayne Valley Ice Hockey is off to a decent start this season with a record of 1-2-1, and they're hoping to have another season with a record above 500. Last season's goal leader, Braden Plone, returns this season looking to do even better than he did last season. He looks to break the 100-goal barrier, which will not be too difficult considering he is 7 goals away. Senior Josh Dimas, who has the third most goals on the team, says, "We have been working very hard this summer, and this season looks very promising."
Well, that's all for this time.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Jake. Good luck to everyone this winter.
Thanks for watching this edition of V Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, guys.
Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Here's Casey Gorab and Tara Murphy with the song War is Over.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, for rich and the poor ones. The world is so wrong. And so happy Christmas, for black and for white, yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fight. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, and what have we done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. So happy Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. War is over if you want it. War is over
What a beautiful song. Thanks, Tara and Casey.
Well, this concludes the winter edition of the V. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You can follow Wayne Valley TV on Twitter for updates, and for some behind the scenes, you can follow Wayne Valley TV on Snapchat.
You know, Shayna, since the year is ending, I think it's safe to say it's been a pretty good one.
I'm looking forward to see what happens in the new year.
But for now, I'm Shane Dubitz.
And I'm Shayna Meyer.
And remember,
you're watching the best of the Valley.
So what do you guys think? That was terrible.
Let's watch Friends.
Yeah,
let's do that.
You know what?